An ode to my fourth favorite, Stefan, club superstar. If you're in the mood for a club where jerseys are not banned, they're actually mandatory, then I've got just the place for you. Managed by a poker-playing grandfather with a penchant for purple velvet and nicotine patches, New York's hottest club is Club Superstar. Set in an unmarked Hell's Kitchen warehouse next to a team of sweaty hunks chatting with interactive mirrors, this club has everything. Greek freaks, Serbian jockeys, a 41-year-old man wearing a crown. So let's hit the lights and learn who's invited to the grand opening of Club Superstar 5.0.
Great introduction, KW. So before we get to 5.0,
And welcome to the security.
thank you. They
Welcome, guys.
They're like the
They don't.
guys at Buckingham Palace.
Yes.
They're just they got a job to do.
Oh!
Throwing me off. A quick trip down memory lane. Before we reveal it, the genesis of Club Superstar was a debate about one Jason Tatum.
This is like Nick's dressing room.
You know what?
Sorry.
Was he or was he not a superstar? And so I discussed one in, one out, and Club Superstar was born. 4 years ago this week, we had Club Superstar 1.0, and Anthony Davis had been kicked out. Jason Tatum was being welcomed in. He was officially in. And then you saw Ja, Giannis, Bron, Dame, Kawhi, Joker, Luka, KD, Chris Paul, Steph, and Joel Embiid. Those were the superstars, Club Superstar 1.0. 2.0 looked like this. Anthony Davis had snuck back in. The no firearms policy cost Ja his seat. And also there was I forget who else was new. It doesn't matter. That was 2.0. Chris Paul sadly also.
Look at SGA, not
had
even,
to go.
is that SGA?
SGA
Yeah,
was.
he's in the waiting in line.
No, SGA's
That's him
in
with the
line.
hair.
That was 3 years ago. 2 years ago, Club Superstar 3.0. Bunch of guys out. Dame, Book, Big Face Coffee. SGA makes his debut. Jalen Brunson, if you remember, Brew, that was our argument a couple years ago, whether or not Jalen Brunson deserved a spot in.
He was in.
And he was in, and Anthony Davis had snuck himself back in the club. Last year's edition of Club Superstar, Embiid and AD back out. AD, it's been a big back and forth in and out. I'm on the list. I'm at their table.
Is that was Şengün there?
That Şengün was in line.
Wow.
Man.
I bet he's
Cade
not in line.
Cunningham and
Happy
Victor
times.
Wembanyama were in line. Devin Booker was like, I used to be in here. Now I'm back in line. He wasn't in there. So now we get to Club Superstar 5.0. We will start with the folks in line.
Oh, that'll tell a lot.
Cooper Flagg, first ever rookie in line
Deserves
for the
it.
club.
Well, Wemby looks like he was.
Wemby was in line. Maybe he
Twice,
was.
yeah.
Okay, so yeah, he was. Kawhi's there watering some trees. Tyrese Maxey feels like he might be a lifelong liner. Always in the mix.
Not
And
quite.
Jaylen Brown is like, I've got a
Wow.
Twitch stream to do in there. Bouncer's saying no, not so fast. Jaylen Brown not in.
Wow.
So those are the guys in line. We now brew.
Wow.
Don't do it yet.
Do you have a
You want to
line
say anything
issue?
about the guys in line?
Oh, you want me to?
Yeah,
oh,
go
so-
ahead, please.
No, look. I have basically the same guys you had.
Wow.
There were two. My line was long.
Okay, well,
I don't think this guy will be in the club.
Who?
He won't be. I threw Jamal Murray in line. In addition to
been in
those
the
guys.
line once.
Yeah, I mean,
He's not even in the
And I had an elite super duper elder in line too, who I don't think will be in the
So
club.
hold on to that one.
Should I hold that?
Is it someone who's been in before?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh. Well, let's show who's been kicked out of the club. Wow. Kevin Durant.
That was who I had. I had him in line or kind
Yeah,
of
well, he can't be in line. He's being kicked out. He's also dropping 2 cell phones. He is out.
not one. Two.
I didn't like doing it. It felt like there
had
was
to
some.
be done.
You agree?
Yes.
Wow, I thought this was going to be the whole thrust of the argument.
I knew that when you mentioned a few days ago there's one that I knew, yeah.
Warrior fans were all yelling at me like, you're going to kick Steph out. No, I'm not kicking Steph out. Because here's the thing. Even if Steph's production has dropped some, and Durant's production seemingly hasn't, and he played, I think, 78 games, second league in minutes.
Made the playoff.
Right, all that. Is it someone who's been kicked out of the club?
Yeah.
Is it someone who's been kicked out of the club?
Made the playoff.
Right, all that. Durant's, in my opinion, to blame for that team's chemistry going to hell. And that's not, if you're gonna have that on your resume, then you certainly gotta be dominant in the biggest games as opposed to playing one of them and then getting shut down in the second half. So he's out. Kevin Durant's out.
I got no issues with that.
This is the one I wonder if you will have an issue with though, Brew, because only two guys are out, Durant and Donovan.
Oh.
Show us who is still in. Tyrese Halliburton got to stay.
That's not, you can't do that.
So
I had Donovan in. I was battling between Donovan and Jaylen Brown.
Okay, so well.
And I didn't consider Halliburton just because of the injury.
Yeah, so,
and I get it. I think he is a superstar.
So
but
obviously Jalen Brunson, there's no doubt. You want to talk here about this part?
Well, I just feel like would it have been better if Donovan popped his Achilles and didn't play at all, then he wouldn't have gotten swept. Well, the sweep hurts. I get it.
The sweep hurts. Here's the other thing that as we're our 5th edition of Club Superstar, an element of being a superstar, I'm just batting this around. This isn't written in pen. Do I believe, beyond a shadow of a doubt, you can be the best player on a finalist? I do not believe that about Donovan Mitchell anymore. Tyrese Halliburton just did it.
I guess.
And
some weird way,
how much did you consider the injury?
Well, listen, the Jason Tatum, was not going to be thrown out if he missed the whole year. Now he has a more, a sturdier resume than Halliburton. I also, and you hate this, the Pacers being the worst team in the league helped Halliburton.
I mean, kind of.
I mean,
there was a little tanking.
And so Halliburton stays in, okay. Donovan is out. Now we can show a few other rooms. These ones are not that surprising. Steph Curry, we can go to. He's still in, obviously. The other old guys in the club, and one middle-aged guy, if you will, we can go to them next. LeBron, the oldest guy, still in, not that pleased. Giannis, not that pleased. And you wonder if this image is going to be very dated in a month, if Giannis and LeBron will be in different jerseys. Luke is still throwing up the LA, but it's a little, it doesn't hit quite as much as last year. Brew, you had no problem with me leaving Giannis and LeBron in, correct?
No.
And
I'm fine with that. Yeah.
Can I say something about leaving LeBron in? Part of it is he's LeBron James. The other part of it is, though, I thought his performance, once he had to become the number one option, showed he still has, at least for stretches, superstar ability in him, even at age 41, year 23.
Not a debate. He's never going. He's a lifetime pass for club superstar.
All right, next room, we can show you Jason Tatum hanging out, Achilles boot off. Then we have the MVP room. And by the way, I should have said this at the top. This is illustrated by Jack Perkins, who you can follow on Twitter at Pure Hoop. He does a great job. A little nice touch. Joker has 2 of the old MVP trophies and 1 of the new. SGA has both of the new because they changed how it works. And now are you ready for the reveal of the new guys? This next room has 1 guy who's been in there for a while and 2 new guys. Our new entrants to Club Superstar, Cade Cunningham and Victor Wembanyama. That's a wrecking ball because we had to raise some ceilings to fit Wemby in. They are the 2 newest guys to Club Superstar, and I think that's undeniable that those guys deserve to be in there. Obviously, Wemby. I guess the Cade Donovan thing could be a bit of a debate. I think Cade had a heavier lift.
Put Cade, yeah.
But we can now show the full club as a whole. And KW, you can give whatever critiques you have, and then Brew, you go ahead. Again, there's Wemby also. It's not only the wrecking ball had to make room for him. He's staring up at that MVP room saying, when am I going to be in there? That is, thanks to our guy, Pure Hoop on Twitter, Jack Perkins, Club Superstar 5.0.
Bonus take.
Wow.
If part of going to Club Superstar is being the best player on a finalist, that's why Halliburton's in there. Jaylen Brown literally won Finals MVP, so he's got the hardware. If there's a Finals MVP room, he could be in there. He lost for most of the year. his own version of Halliburton. Superstars popping their Achilles in the playoffs, but instead of tanking, Jaylen Brown carried his team to the 2 seed, flamed out early, so be it. But I feel like if he's not getting in, then Club Superstar is just, the door is shut for him. That's bonus.
No. So hold on. No, I want to stay on your bonus take. Because this is the brilliance of Club Superstar.
Oh.
Those are great takes. What's the policy?
1 in, 1 out?
Yeah.
Halliburton didn't play.
Oh, you're just throwing Halliburton out. That's an easy one for you.
Yeah, he did. The guy didn't play. He had
Okay.
0 points all year.
Yeah, and I would say, because I'm similar, Halliburton hasn't reached the stat, and I think he's great.
He hasn't reached stature of
where he's just in no matter what. Like Giannis, we don't have, and obviously Giannis played more than Halliburton, but we don't have a problem with Giannis. But Halliburton hasn't reached that stature yet where he's just automatically in. That's my view.
Real take. You need some life up in the club.
We tried that with Ja. Didn't go.
That's swinging too far.
Josh shot up.
You just need a little bit of flair, you need some stardom. You need some star power. You need some panache. Yeah, I got several guys that are 35 plus in the club.
You got 140 plus.
Joker doesn't want to be there. He's going to be in the
We
club.
got the parimutuel.
You don't want
races on
Joker in there?
I want him in there. I'm just saying, I need to liven up the club a little bit.
Dylan Brooks?
Interesting, but no. Dust, can you roll the highlights of, I don't necessarily want him in the club, but if he's in line, the bouncers are like, oh, you know what?
The bouncer's nervous.
No, club's getting a little dry. Why don't we just liven this place up a little bit? And also, again, I'm looking for, it's called Club Superstar. It's not called
Club efficiency. No, club wins over replacement.
jersey sales, one of my favorite stats.
Dog it.
In the club, 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 top 8. In line, in the club, out
Just
the club,
kicked out.
in line. I don't know, thoughts on
It's
Booker.
15th
in
is
the
your
club,
argument?
He should be in the mix. I'm just saying he should be in the mix.
So you're-
This is the world, the NBA fans have spoken. He should be in the mix, just in line. I don't even want him in the club, but he should be in line. That is Club Superstar. What do you mean, Made it
He
to the
could
playoffs?
be in the neighborhood. He's maybe at a restaurant down the
No,
street.
he should just be
can't
in line. He should be in
can't.
line. You're like, oh.
Someone texted him the address. He went to the wrong place. He's like, where are you
Bonus
guys?
take.
He can't be in line.
Brew, because then I have a recap, but do you have, it
Well,
seems like you and I were on a similar
Pretty
page.
similar. Look, I love that you have Cooper Flag in line. I think next year he might have to kick somebody out and be in there. Our only difference was I was battling, I had Donovan Mitchell instead of Tyrese Halliburton for the same reasons as Wiles, injury. And I was really debating between Jaylen Brown and Donovan Mitchell. Obviously, Brown has won a championship, been Finals MVP, but Mitchell acquitted himself well in the playoffs. I know he had some ups and downs, but I can't really blame him for a lot of what went on. I still think he's a superstar, so that's my only beef, though.
Dust, can we flip-flop our next two full screens? Can we show the previous guys first? So here is the list of guys that have been in previously and are no longer in. So this is, on the fringe. By the way, for the first time ever, we have a former Club Superstar member who has hit the retirement. Chris Paul, retired.
Yeah.
John Morant obviously feels as far away as Chris Paul, even though Chris Paul's retired. Jimmy Butler seems ages away. Of the guys on that list, I think there's only 2 guys that I could realistically see getting back in. I don't know. For me, it's Devin Booker and Donovan.
Yep.
Is there anyone?
I don't know if Book will get back in, but it's possible. It's definitely possible. Definitely Donovan.
I want to believe.
Dame?
No. I'm going to
Ja,
put
reclamation. Yeah, it'd be great.
I'm looking at he's got superstar
Absolutely.
aura.
Yeah.
And ability.
All
His
of it.
game, he needs to work on his shooting. I mean, that's something he definitely, it's not just about getting back to who he was. He does need to become a much better shooter.
And Bruce, since the All-NBA lists no longer, care about the history of the award, where you don't have to do it by position, and the NBA doesn't have an all-decade team the way the NFL does, I'm just throwing out there. We show the current guys in Club Superstar and how many years they've been in it. There's something to be said for, have you been in Club Superstar every year of its existence? I'm not saying it has to go on your basketball reference page.
It should.
But it's not nothing. And that is a pretty good running of the 2020s in the NBA. Well, Giannis won one of the titles, Joker won one of the titles, Bron won one of the titles, Luka went to a finals, Steph won one of the titles, Tatum won one of the titles. Those are the only 6 guys who have been in the club every year of its existence. Brunson, Shea have been on it the last 3 years, Ant and Halliburton the last 2, and the 2 newest guys, Cade and Victor Wembanyama. Last question for you guys. Aside from Halliburton, who should be most, if next year, let's say Cooper Flagg gets in and Donovan gets back in, or, something like that.
It's a great question.
You guys already made it clear you're most skeptical about Halliburton. Who of those 12 should be most nervous?
Well, the big question is LeBron and Steph. Are they just in automatically? Or is just LeBron in automatically? Like that's the question. Because Giannis, assuming he's healthy, is not going anywhere. Jokic, Luka, none of those guys are going anywhere. Who is it? Who are the 2? Cooper?
I said Cooper.
Cooper could be better than some.
And Donovan. I'll tell
Cooper
you
be better
what
than Cade?
my immediate answer was Cade. Cade could be in and out.
A lot of it
Because
is
Cade-
he has to do so much. If they actually got a better balanced offense, his numbers would
Yeah, and maybe
and then you're not the number
And how
one seed.
how much does the playoff failure, I think it's fair to say,
Sure.
weigh on how we feel about him next year? Or if Jalen, we've had years where 3 new guys get in. Maybe the Celtics, maybe Jalen Brown gets traded and leads that team on a deep run, as the number 1 guy. I don't know, but so those are the guys that would be nervous. Thoughts?
I wish Şengün could get back in there.
Şengün was never in there.
He shouldn't have been in line.
Şengün was in
He should
line.
be in line, right?
They were the 2 seed.
Maybe if he gets traded
better
to
last
Milwaukee
year.
and he's in the East.
Fellas, you guys were great. You can give this one.
Good job, guys.
Excellent job. That's Club Superstar 5.0. Oddly, only open till 4:20.
It's the early
That was just
club.
a coincidence. Yeah.
It's a day club.
Drake May, even better next year. Next.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.